Frykalakas, banshees, and lurning hydras, one rising from its grave, another crying in the dark of the night, and the other resting in the lake of Lerna. What do they have in common? They're all demons from mythology. But who were they? Frykalakas were the original vampires, and they originated from Greek mythology. They lived in their graves, but when night fell, they woke up and wandered the village. They weren't really how you'd expect a vampire to look, though. They also didn't have a taste for blood. Instead, they'd just eat whole humans. These demons were created when either a sinful person died, if you were buried in unholy ground, if you were excommunicated, or if you ate a sheep which was injured by a wolf for some reason. Why is it considered a monster? Well, I already said they eat humans, so if you're not concerned over that, then I don't know what to tell you. But they also did other things. These beings were very strong after they ate. Speedy, agile, but not very smart. To get to their victims, they would either sneak in quietly and crush them, or knock at their doors. If you don't answer, it goes to the next house. That's why a lot of Greek people only answered the door if you knocked twice. The Greeks also suspected that people with red hair and light eyes were Frykalakas too. Is this fellow bothering you too much? Can you not sleep? Do you really want to know how to get rid of it? You can't. On any day except Saturday, I mean. You can put a stake through its heart while it rests in its grave. Then it will never bother anybody else ever again.
Speaking of death, banshees were harbingers of death. These fearsome creatures originated from Irish mythology. Women became banshees if they did something bad or improper in their life. They also became a banshee if they were a victim of violence. The banshee earns her title as a monster because she is a paranormal spirit that stands outside of your house at night, screaming and crying to let you know that a family member will die soon. Banshees work alone, and her purpose is to tell you that death is coming. You can identify her as a slim woman in tattered white clothes as well as long, unkempt hair. That is white. Proof that banshees were known is that the author, Thomas Crofton Croker, wrote a book about them. Now, if this girl is making you bonkers, there's a way to get rid of her. You must get a weapon of pure gold. Pure gold hurts a banshee.
Originating from Greek mythology, the lurning hydra was one of the most dangerous mythical creatures in mythology. It thrived in a swampy region known as Lerna, where its lair was located in a lake named Lake Lerna. The serpent-like monster had numerous heads, but that wasn't all. The hydra actually has the ability to regenerate itself. If one of its heads gets chopped off, it regrows 2 new heads. The hydra actually has one immortal head which cannot be harmed by any ordinary weapons. Some of its perks are having poisonous blood, breath, and spit that can kill on contact. Knowing about such a deadly beast, people have tried to defeat the hydra, but many were unsuccessful. Only one person was able to defeat the hydra, Hercules. He covered his face with a cloth to avoid the hydra's poisonous breath while his nephew helped. He and his nephew used the torch to stop the heads from regenerating, and finally he used Athena's golden sword to defeat the hydra.
So we've learned about different beings. Some created for religious stories, some created to scare people not to sin, and some to warn you when someone will die. They're all interesting and quite terrifying. From the Frykalakas to the Lernian Hydra, these were the monsters that haunted kids' dreams thousands of years ago.